Let's go to a call.
Hi. So I have an interesting question for you guys.
Uh-oh.
I'm currently 3 dates in with this guy who, on paper, is everything I want. Same interests, same hobbies, really interesting, a lot of fun to talk to. But whenever he touches me, there is an internal reaction that says, get the fuck away from him. And I've been analyzing this and trying to figure out why I have such a strong negative reaction to physical contact with this person, outside of the fact that I tend to just be particularly guarded. And I've talked to a few people in my personal life about the things that I've been seeing as red flags, and they've been pretty interesting, their responses.
Come on,
The
share some of
biggest
these
red flag is the
There we
fact
go.
that his breath is so fucking bad
That's not good.
that when I drove him to his car, they almost had to put down the window. And this is something that,
Jesus.
like, even after he's eaten, like, every time I've seen him, consistently his breath smells like mothballs, which is what a culture of E. coli bacteria smells like in the microbiology lab I used to work in.
Dork.
And I feel like this is unrecoverable. My dad feels like that's something that you need to be treated with antibiotics. Whatever your guys' opinion of this will be interesting to me. But other red flags that I have, there's the one that I keep getting skewered for saying is a red flag, is the fact that he's an adult male that drives a white convertible in Boston. It is a city where it fucking snows and you have to street park. Why are you driving a white convertible? It's impractical, and it really, really bothers me.
She's not
also,
wrong.
It's not even a cool car, so I don't get the status symbol of it. But ultimately, the biggest red flag is that he reminds me of a guy that was stalking me. And shout out to Andrew for telling me that guy was stalking me, because I did not realize it before. It's the whole, like, weirdly putting me on a pedestal so I feel like a pet.
Why does everyone get a stalker but me?
This is something most of my friends don't understand, the nuanced opinion I have on this but I don't know. What are your guys' opinions? I'm clearly breaking this off eventually. Well, next time I see him. Whatever.
All right. Wow. First off, that's the most detailed one we've ever got.
Love
so
it.
Kudos for that.
Great voicemail.
This is someone who's called in before. This is. Are you sure? Because they said that. Didn't we have a stalker episode?
I think that was just because you have a bunch of stalkers.
What'd she say? She said kudos to Andrew to point out that she was stalked.
I don't think they're on air, though.
It sounds like you know this person.
I do, but I can't think of any conversation we've had when I was like, "This person's stalking you. Be careful."
Yeah, but you drink.
I'm probably.
This person's not from here. This person's from Boston.
Yeah, but you could have.
I know who this person is,
and they could have lived here before.
So we might cut that part out.
What part?
About her shouting you out because.
Well, no, I've never said this is from the show. I'm telling you right now.
You think
this
so?
is a call in from the show. I've heard the voice before. I know exactly who it is. There was a person we had once about a stalker, right?
I think you were just talking about someone stalking you.
Yeah, nobody called in needing help about a stalker.
I don't.
Okay, well maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm misremembering.
But she could have called in before.
Maybe not. Anyways, all right. Let's break down. Let's break it down. This one is convertible. That's funny that you hate that. Because I wouldn't drive a convertible. I have on vacations though. When I rent a car on a vacation, sometimes I'll do a convertible.
I don't like that you said you got skewered just for feeling like that was a red flag. Listen, unless there's one. Did you hear that?
You're fine.
There is one exception I'll give for white convertibles. I think that they're douchey as well. Unless they're Persian, then they get to drive a white convertible if they want. That's the Persian men. It's just a thing they like, and I feel like they're allowed.
Yeah, Persian men have never been douchey.
So no, but it's just like in like the most.
I get it.
I just feel like it's an exception. I feel it's a cultural thing. You know, they can also wear like name brand stuff. It's like.
What
kind
do you got
of cute.
against these Persian guys?
I love it.
Oh.
I think it's like very.
That would be if you were gonna cheat with any race, Persian guy.
I do like Middle Eastern
Really?
men. Yeah. So anyway, but I feel like it's allowed if they're Persian. If not, it's douchey. And if your friends think it's not douchey, they're just wrong. It's stereotyping douchebags, but
Yeah, it's a little douchey. Convertible, it can be douchey, especially if it's their main car. If it's like if you have a convertible, it's like your second car. I kind of get that because convertibles aren't fun. But
in Boston,
yeah, I don't know why you do it in Boston. It's gonna snow. It's gonna be shitty half the
Rain.
time. Crime. The fucking streets are made
street
of cobblestone.
parking, street parking with a
Yeah, I
white
don't-
convertible in Boston or New York.
I can't imagine living in Boston, if I'm being honest. Everything's expensive. It's old paths and shit. It's all weird, and I don't get how you do it.
Yeah,
But,
maybe like Martha's Vineyard or something
this
romantic.
is a friend of mine, and they're like, they're like, oh, let's go see a concert next time you're in Boston. I was like, oh, I'll go. And then I'm like looking up hotels and shit in Boston. I'm like, I'm not going to Boston anytime soon. That
Great.
shit's like $500 just to like, you know.
Great comedy city though.
Yeah, I do comedy there once a year probably.
Lots of history.
Yeah,
Great
things.
things.
Not this guy though.
Smart people though. Lots of
Yeah.
like very educated, highly. I feel like it's either like super highly educated, intellectual people. Great. A lot of companies that this person probably has a great job, or a lot of. I'm sure there are a lot of like eligible bachelors, kind of like in Chicago, men. Same thing in Boston, whatever that means. But it just seems like a miserable city. Like it's
Yeah, it's
gray all the time.
So our advice is move from Boston.
No, it sounds like she needs advice with this guy. I'm
The
curious
breath
if the
thing
ick.
is interesting.
Yeah,
Now,
that's
that is,
awful. That's hard to get past.
That's tough because how the hell do you bring that up, right? Especially you can't bring that up within the first 10 dates. I don't think. I think you'd have to be dating someone seriously
For someone not to
be like, hey,
realize.
can you? I need to talk to you. Your breath really dries me up. It's disgusting. It is so
Do
gross.
not say that.
I don't know.
Problematic.
But but it's
Okay. Do you think if someone doesn't realize that their breath is bad, it strikes me that they have actual halitosis and it's like a thing they've always had, so they don't even know what it should be like? So maybe you're giving them a gift, but maybe you say like, I want to kiss you so badly, but or
you
something.
smell like mothballs in the mouth.
But like, I think that
Mothballs is so specific.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And to say there's an E. coli issue, but she said it's not just that. She said whenever he touches me.
She gets I think because of these things though.
Yeah, it strikes me. So unless this is a recurring theme with you where like men touch you and you recoil, maybe that means something else. But if it's just this person, obviously, who cares if they're good on... She started by saying like he's good on paper. That is so unimportant. Women make lists.
Yeah, paper can't
It
smell.
was such a big thing for women, like women making lists. It's like been a thing on every rom-com, like Sex in the City, every movie, every women making these lists. And then the list just doesn't matter. When you meet a person who like, you have to want them to touch you. I feel like that's
Yeah.
number one.
There is like you need a physical, you need an attraction, you need the ick feeling. Probably not going to go away, in my opinion. That's the problem. Because also, I've been with people that I actually, personality and everything wise, I was like, this person's awful, I know, but we had like some fucking sexual chemistry, so we would fuck and it was fun and it was a good time, and I hung out with that person because we had that, but everything else we had nothing, and I'm like, I don't even know what to talk to you about, which was pretty crazy.
That's such the male story, because I was just going to say the opposite of that. I've had a lot of like male friends that I adored their personality and everything about them, but I didn't want to fuck, so we were just friends. That's just kind of what... I mean, it sounds like you're not doing someone any favors either, by the way, by leading them on. So like, let him go find a girl with halitosis and they'll make out with each other.
It doesn't seem
You
like they're
know?
leading them on though. They're like, you went on 3 dates. And then I
Was
think
it only 3?
that's what they said. And now they're trying to make that decision. And I think that's easy. I think you got to cut him off, slip him a Listerine. But you know what? What if you casually offer him Tic Tacs and things like that? Like, oh, hey, you want some gum? Hey, you want some Tic? What if you do it so much that he eventually realizes that he's got bad breath? Is that a little bit of gaslighting? Is that a little bit? Except for his breath stinks though, so it doesn't. That's not gaslighting.
Just a couple dates that like recommend and see if it takes.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
You want to get some mint ice cream? You want to smoke a cigarette?
I'm 0 to 60, so I'm like either just lay it out on the line. Maybe you say
you can't lay it out 3 days in.
Hold on.
You can't be like.
But maybe you say this, like, hey, I think we're better just as friends, whatever. Because she said it's going to end anyway. She said that at the end of the voicemail. So maybe you say, if you want to know why, or if you want to know a couple of things about why I came to this decision, I'm happy to share. But if you don't care,
here's my list. What if she pulls out a list and just slides it over?
I think she can give him the option of like.
Yeah, I don't think people want to know that as much.